So everyone I'm talking to has an opinion about where the housing market is going to go, and there's a lot of doomsdayers. They're all saying that the market's going to crash, and then they're going to capitalize on that crash, and then they're going to buy their property. So I know people personally that have sold their homes when they felt like the market had peaked or was close to peaking, and that they're planning on holding off and buying later. The problem I see with that is that we have only 1,700 properties available on the MLS. That covers the entire Wasatch Front. And what we need for a balanced market is between 12 and 14,000 properties. So when demand is that high, and it continues to get worse because more people are moving into the state, our children are growing up and needing homes to live in, and the builders can't keep up with the pace. So as long as there's demand, the prices can't really go anywhere but up. We can have permanent renters out there. People have to decide if they can even afford to pay rent. They're going to be sharing homes, sharing townhomes. Renting rooms is probably the direction a lot of these kids are going to end up going. But what do I see happening for people who normally would be out there on the search for, their second home or their dream home? I think that, just like the most of us, we had to start off, with a smaller property, a townhome, even a condo. Nothing wrong with those. And I think when rates continue to go up like they are, which, they're still low. Like right now, they're still 3.5. But we're looking at probably another 3 or 4 rate hikes in the next year. The Fed has already said so, that they're going to do that to combat inflation. So, we might be closer to 4.5% by the end of the year. It's possible. So still not insane, but what that does is it makes property less affordable. So we're probably going to see people having to sacrifice a little, and instead of buying a single family home, they might be buying townhomes. And you've seen across the cities, they're just filling up with townhomes and condos. That's what they're building now. It's dense housing. That's what people can afford. And what I think is going to happen too is just, with the rate hikes going up and the population continue to grow, we're seeing about a 15% increase in value or more per year. So that's like $50,000 to $60,000 at least per year in equity growing per year for your property. Unless you're willing to move out of state to somewhere that's a lower cost of living, you're gonna be in that market where people are paying so much more than they want to for housing. Housing's expensive here. But if you already own your property, you're going to capitalize on that. Maybe get rid of your PMI, and maybe when you go into retirement, maybe you sell your home for millions of dollars, like you would if you were in California, and you go retire some little rural town in Louisiana or something, or Texas. I guess Texas is still fairly affordable in some parts. So, or Florida. Florida's better priced than Utah still. So I don't believe what they say about that the market's going to crash. I don't buy into that. I don't think that that people are going to just stop buying altogether. I think what will happen is that they will be forced to lower their expectations and buy townhomes and condos or smaller single family homes that you might find out a little further out of town, like maybe Spanish Fork or Saratoga or Eagle Mountain. Those towns still qualify for the USDA loan, which is a 0 down payment loan. I think it's mostly for people that make under $85,000 in their household. But you can get a house, condo, townhome in these cities. Saratoga and Eagle Mountain specifically still qualify for that 0 down payment program. So anyway, that's my update. That's my prediction for the housing market, that it's going to continue to boom for years to come until we can kind of balance the market with the demand. And that's all I got to say about that. So if you have any questions, reach out to me. Have a good week.